Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the latest episode of Enter Crypto, where every single day I keep you informed and fully up to date on all things happening in the cryptoverse. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then like, subscribe, and click on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future updates. Now, we're going to be going through a CoinDesk article today from their market section, and it's actually about the Federal Reserve's rate hike and how that affects the prices within crypto. So as always, guys, we'll just quickly read through the article and then we'll remark and comment after. So Bitcoin surpasses 29.6k after Fed's rate hike. CoinDesk market index jumps 1.2%. A few more Fed rate hikes are likely, but the hardest work is done, one expert said. Bitcoin and crypto prices broadly rallied on Thursday morning in Asia after the US Federal Reserve, as expected, raised interest rates, but even still failed to tamp optimism that most of its work to suppress inflation might be over. Bitcoin was recently up 0.8% versus 24 hours earlier to $29,470. The CoinDesk Bitcoin index got as high as $29,673 in the aftermath of the Fed's decision to boost its rate benchmark by 25 basis points. The CoinDesk Market Index, a broad measure of crypto prices, gained 1.2% at press time. Ether, the Ethereum blockchain's cryptocurrency, added 0.5%. Now, despite the gains, Bitcoin remains well off its July high of $31,800 and largely immune to macroeconomic events that over the past year have stirred more dramatic price reactions. The Fed announcement doesn't change the story related to crypto, said Lex Sokolin, who is the managing partner of Web3 investment fund Generative Ventures. We are already in a risk-off environment. Things could maybe get more catastrophic with war or recession, but tech and finance are at a fairly stable compressed valuation, with AI perhaps being an outlier. Sokolin expects a few more rate hikes, but the hardest work, which was to absorb the COVID supply chain shock and the associated subsidized money printing, is done. The larger crypto market moved firmly into positive territory, with a number of altcoins maintaining or building on earlier gains. Origin Protocols, which is the OGN token, was recently up nearly 20% versus 24 hours earlier. Compound's Comp, Stellar's XLM, and Solana's Sol were up more than 13%, 11%, and 8% respectively. Doge was an exception, dropping more than 4.3%, relinquishing some of its double-digit gains from the previous day. Now, for me, there's two main points here, and it's one that I always reiterate. I've reiterated this in many videos, and that is that nobody knows the future. It sounds obvious when you say it, but you'd be surprised when you look around how many people are making predictions, especially financial predictions, and actually other other kinds of predictions in normal life as well. It's very important to remember that we're all just human beings, and we do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody knows. We can be very good at guessing, and you can take educated guesses. You can take in all the data, and you can say, well, this has happened, and the last 10 times it's happened. The 11th time it may not, and you could be completely wrong. If you are any good at trading, or if you spent any time trading at all, you'll know this. You'll know that being wrong is part and parcel of trading. And the aim is really long term to be right more than you've been wrong. That's what will make you successful. You don't get everything right. Nobody does. And so that's the first point. The second point is that for me, this is just my opinion. As I said, nobody knows the future, and that includes me, of course. But I do agree, and I do think he's right. Even though I can't predict the future, I still have an opinion, and I still try to guess, what's going to happen. It helps me create a thesis for what I think, forecast what's going to happen in going forward. And with the Fed raising another 25 basis points, it was almost expected. The Fed almost have to raise until they know for definite that they're not, because they're not going to pause. That is to say, not raise it and not lower it either way. So basically, be zero or be neutral. Once they've done that, everybody, including the market and everybody that's in financial markets, is going to call that a Fed pivot. And everyone's going to start getting excited, and the Fed know this. So the Fed are not going to do that until they know that they've finished raising. And so they're really the only next thing, because they're only going to do it they can only go in by quarters. So they can only go up by 25 basis points each time. If they went up by if they went up by 50 basis points, that would be too extreme, I think, because we're still in this uncertainty, and even the Fed is uncertain about what the future is going to hold. So I think they're just going to keep doing these 25 basis points. I'm going to do it again next month, and then again, and then who knows however long for, until they feel that they're truly out of the woods, and that there is almost no chance of a recession, or it's going to be a very soft landing, as they're calling it. I think then and only then will they go neutral and pivot. Because if they do pivot too early, if they stop raising rates too early, and we are not out of the woods, we're still going to get the recession, and they're not going to be in control anymore. They're going to be seen to have lost control, because once you've gone neutral, you're going to have to start raising again, and that just shows indecisiveness, and it just looks like they don't know they haven't got a handle on this. And they definitely do not want that. They want to be seen as handling this situation. They want to be seen as in control and managing this very well. And whilst ever they're managing it, we're not getting a recession. That's the way that they see it. And so as soon as they lose control, things are going to get bad, and they've run out of options then. So that's the way that I see it anyway. But let me know in the comments what you think. If you think we're done yet. Do you think we're going to pivot next month? I don't know. I'm skeptical of that. But yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments boxes below. As always, thank you for watching and listening. Like and subscribe if you found some value in this video, and I'll see you all tomorrow.